This is the Maggie Show.
When people think that they are only assigned to one person in their lifetime, this is stuff that can kill somebody. It's stuff that can kill us.
I believe that the one is a system in God. Like not really a person, more like a system in God. And it's now anybody who meets the requirements of that system that God is going to say, yes, you can work it with this person. God has like a school for people, and he knows that, okay, if this person knows this course on patience, this person knows this course on this and this and this and this, this person will be able to, you understand, fit into this position to guard my daughter, to be with my son and everything. Not necessarily that if Sister Yemisi, what happens if Sister Yemisi does not go through all the classes that God needs her to go through? What happens to you then? Then that means that you are going to actually be doing what they call it, repair. Because we have read it in the book of Genesis that God took the rib and everything and made Eve and everything. It doesn't necessarily mean that God used rib. It means a part of you. And that part of you can, the courses they need to go through in it. The things they need to know. That the most important thing in you is putting it in that person.
When we talk about the one, for me, I believe Jesus Christ is only the one. Anyone that have been on this show will know that we've always talked about you knowing yourself, you having a vision for your life. So the first thing is having a template. Right? If you have a template, then it now means that you need to look for the one. And when we're talking about the one, it therefore means that there will be choices, there will be multiple people. Because if there are not many, if there is no multiple selection, we won't be talking about the one.
Because indeed, if we can be so picky for a job and we are screening these individuals for a particular job role, how much more for the job role of a life partner?
Yeah, and that's a permanent job role.
There you go. Permanent.
You need discernment, because some people, they will not look like it. They're just like raw material. Some people, what they need is actually training. They need to be exposed to some knowledge. Some people need to be exposed to some social circle. Some people just need to be exposed. Like, what they just need is exposure. And I think some people are teachable. Some people that are teachable, they have high tendency to succeed. Those are teachable. Yeah, by the time you teach them, you expose them to this knowledge, they will buy their ideas and they will do it. So it's those guys that are not teachable that you can have issues with.
When you really feel this is a conviction, God has showed it to me, I have the conviction, maybe even God has used external voices to confirm things, but that individual is none the wiser. What can that individual do?
What I'm going to say is that you also have to get the timing right. I think timing can spoil a lot of things, right? Like when you enter into something prematurely, it can really take the help of God for it to be sustained. So you have to get the timing right. God, is it now? Is it in the future? You understand? Because I think that a lot of people have spoiled what God has really ordained because of time. God has assured you. It is you that owns the assurance. Don't come and use your own assurance to pressure another person's assurance.
Come on!
Don't do it, because your assurance will not help the other person in the days of trouble. Their own confirmation is what is going to sustain them, is what is going to make them know that God told me to go into this.
But then you gotta allow the other person to come into their own conviction, because if it's truly from God, and God not being an author of confusion, He's going to speak to both parties.
You don't even have any reason to tell somebody the first time you are meeting them that you like them, that God has said this and this and this and this and this. Sometimes it looks like manipulation.
That's it.
Please, let's be very sure that it is God.
Okay. And not our flesh, because our flesh can be doing overtime and we think it's God.
Yes, and because, our flesh will even look for a way to actually look for the Bible for us, pick the verse, explain the verse to us, and we will take it.
people should be able to differentiate between what they want and what they need. Yeah, because that is very important. It is your needs that will actually sustain the marriage, not what you want, right? Because what makes marriage work is not actually what they want, it's those basic needs.
A helper is not just us as women becoming a helper to that man, but I also believe a husband is also a helper to his wife. If you're not ready to allow them to have a conviction, you're not allowed to wait for God's timing. The third thing you can do is walk away. Walk on by.